gases back in, inert gases back in. Why not just leave it the vacuum? No oxygen in there. You control the rate of sublimation by the pressure on the filament. You can make it last longer with some pressure in there. And besides coming off, if the sublimated tungsten hits some of those gas atoms, it can sometimes deposit back on the filament, angle it right back onto the filament and sticks back. That's when also you start getting an uneven filament, thicker places, thinner places, and it'll break at one of the thin places.
Yeah, usually they break because of work hardening from, you know, turning on and off. If you've ever had, have you ever had a bulb that just sits someplace on a very stable platform? And how long does it last if it's on all the time?
Well, there was one in California probably about 10 years ago that had been on for like 40 years.
There's
straight.
one
There's
in
one that's
Detroit.
almost 100 years. It's
Over
still
100
there.
now.
It's over 100.
It's
It's
over
in a
100.
fire department, but it's like a 3 or 4 watt
Yeah,
bulb.
Fremont is 4-watt bulb.
Fire station.
There's actually
There's a webcam. You can watch
there's
it
a
live.
webcam. You can watch that bulb.
Sit there and look. Once
Okay.
while you see firemen go by, but that's it.
It's
That's all
in
that's still
Fremont,
on.
California, and there I have 2 stories about California. Going to the, I know somebody that went there, and so they went up and looked at the bulb. They have a bulb next to this bulb so you can see the bulb. I mean, it's that bright. But as they were walking out, guess who they ran into? Some other people walking in. Guess what they did for a living? Oh, they were also science teachers. And so the only people that ever go and look at that are science teachers. Same thing through Boron, California, where, you know, the home of borax. People will have their picture taken there all the time, and guess what? They're all science teachers. It's just everybody else just kind of shakes their head like it's 180 degrees in the desert, and they're out there smiling and taking a picture next to this sign. Borax Drive in Boron, California. I mean, that is a tourist destination.
Besides, yeah, I've actually got an extra PowerPoint on there, I think, that talks about that light bulb that's always on. Also, the largest incandescent bulbs made. They made a 50,000 watt bulb for Edison's 50th anniversary. They made a 75,000 watt bulb. The base is like this.
But when
The
you go
filament is like this.
But when you go 75,000 watts, you know, 746 watts equals a horsepower. So that's amazing. I mean, where was the generator to run this puppy?
This is a filament out of a light bulb. Okay, how long do you think I can stretch it?
Well, for an hour.
How far do you think I can stretch it?
Let's try it, Debbie.
Isn't it a coiled coil?
It's a coiled coil. I can get up the first level of coiling. That's the first level of coiling.
It's like the DNA analogy.
It is.
This is
very
where you
good.
need to use it. This is for biology. If you don't even teach material science or anything else, pull this out in biology. Like we call the crystal defects, the point defects was DNA.
Yeah.
So is this. You can still run your fingers down it and feel the first level of coiling. It's still there. Think about how they have to wind that. None of those coils in
Well,
either level can touch,
right.
because if you do, you short circuit.